second grade, it's Miss Herring again for another reading lesson. Today we are going to be working on lesson 20 in your packets. So if you want to work along with us, grab a pencil in your reading packet, and we're going to be starting on page 324. That's lesson 20, which is called Comparing and Contrasting Two Texts. So today we're going to be reading two different stories, and we're going to compare, find things that are similar about them or the same, and then we're going to contrast and find things that are different about them, and we're going to organize all of that information in our Venn diagram. So you have one of these on your paper, and I have one on the board, so you can work along with me as we read. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and skip down past the first Venn diagram in your packet, because that one is asking you to compare and contrast two posters, which I think that you can do on your own. And we are going to work together on the second Venn diagram. So I'm going to be starting on page 326, which is the story Don't Feed the Animals and the story Our Animal Friends. So to compare and contrast these two texts, first we need to read both of the texts. And as we read them, we're going to be looking for important information that we can add to our Venn diagram. So I'm going to start by reading Don't Feed the Animals. And when I come to an important part, I'm going to pause. We're going to write it down on the side that says Don't Feed the Animals. And then when we read the second one, we'll do the same thing. All right. I am on page 326. Don't Feed the Animals by Marvin Reinhardt. Have you ever seen a chipmunk begging for food from a person? Many people might want to give the chipmunk a piece of their snack, but please don't. If we want to have healthy wild animals, then we can't give animals, people, food. Okay, pause. I'm hearing some important things in this. Basically, what I just heard, they said, please don't give the chipmunk your snack. And then they said that if we want to have healthy animals, please don't give them your food. So I'm going to put that together and just say that this text is telling us, please don't feed the animals. Okay? So that's going to be my first point. Please don't feed the animals. Don't feed the animals. Okay, let's see what else we can find out. I'm on the second paragraph. It says, people food can make wild animals sick. Oh, that sounds important. Could just say it can make animals sick. It can make animals sick. We don't want that to happen. All right, let's keep reading. It also teaches them to need people to live. Instead of finding their own food, the animals learn to beg. When people aren't around, the animals don't know what to do. They forget how to live off of the land around them. Okay, that sounds really important, but that's a lot to write down, and I don't think I have any room, so I'm going to try to shorten that. Basically, what I heard the author telling me was that if we feed the animals, then the animals forget how to find their own food. They don't know what to do when no one's giving them food. So I'm going to say they forget how to find their food. It also says that if we feed them, then they'll keep begging us for more food. So if you have enough room, you could add that too. They will beg for food. Well, we barely squeezed it in there. Okay, so we have a couple of points. Don't feed the animals. It can make animals sick when you feed them. They forget how to find their own food when you feed them. And they will beg for food. So now we're going to read the second story. And as we're reading, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to listen for those important ideas and important details, but we're also going to be listening for things that are the same things that we heard in the first story. Because if we have information that's in the story, Don't Feed the Animals, and also in the story, Our Animal Friends, then we need to put it in the middle of our Venn diagram because it's in both stories. So I'm going to go down to the second story called Our Animal Friends by Jerry Limto. We need to take care of our animals. One way to keep animals safe is not to feed them. Hold on. That sounds really familiar. Did I already say that? Yes, look right here. I said don't feed the animals. That's basically the same thing. They said to keep the animals safe by not feeding them. We also said don't feed the animals. So I want to move this point from don't feed the animals into the middle because that was said in both stories. Both stories said don't feed the animals. All right, let's see what else we can find. Feeding them makes them come back for more. Hold on. If you're feeding an animal and they keep coming back and asking you for more food, that's begging. That animal is begging you for food. And I have written that down also. I said they will beg for food. So I need to move this point into the middle because it says it in both of our stories. So they will beg for food. I'm going to put that in the middle. They will beg for food. Okay. It keeps them from finding their own food. That sounds familiar too. It says if we keep feeding the animals, then they forget how to find their own food. They keeps them from finding their own food. That's basically the same thing. So this also needs to go into the middle. So far, the only point that was in just the story Don't Feed the Animals was it can make animals sick if you feed them. All of our other points were in both stories. All right, now I'm on paragraph 2. It says, another way to keep our animals safe is to be careful when driving. Many animals are killed each year by people driving too fast. That doesn't sound very familiar. So I don't think that I heard anything about driving in my first story. So that means that that is only in my second story, Our Animal Friends. So I'm going to say, be careful when driving. To keep animals safe. Okay, now that we have all of our points and we've filled in our Venn diagram, you guys have room on yours to make these points in the middle, but since I didn't have room, I just moved the arrow over. The next thing that we're supposed to do is talk about the important parts in the passage. We've already done that, so you can skip number 2. And number 3 is your writing. It says short response. What is an important point in Our Animal Friends, so in Our Animal Friends, that is not in Don't Feed the Animals? So what is the only thing that was in Our Animal Friends but not in Don't Feed the Animals? So the only thing that we have is be careful when driving to keep animals safe. So when you write your answer, you need to use this information on page 332. All right, guys, I hope that you are able to finish the rest of your packet, and I hope that we're able to see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.